Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is on the Anvil, episode 143.
Woo!
This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you what we're working on. We show you some of the challenges we're facing. We show you just a glimpse of the future. Mostly we hang out and spend 2 hours drinking frosty
We spent
beverages.
2 hours drinking.
And talking tabletop. But this is the show where we never have any technical difficulties, nor forget the intro or anything. Welcome. Hi. I gotta get the frosty beverages.
Yeah, go take care of that.
I'm,
In the show, if it's the first time
Good
here,
morning.
first time here, we just kind of talk about what it is we're working on.
Woo!
Tonight, we're also going to be talking about and actually free building with dungeon pieces for Dungeons Reforged for a thing we're going to be doing at Gen Con. I don't know how many details we can give about that yet, but if you're going to Gen Con, what we're building tonight is going to be there. And then we'll be giving away a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card at the not break. We don't do breaks here.
All right.
But just generally halfway through the stream, be a digital gift card. And thank you for gifting 5 subs, Jin Watson. Thank you. Keeping that hype train going. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of acid reflux or something.
All right,
You're back.
Frosty Beverage Jack.
You're back.
Woo!
Thank you.
All right. Did you tell them we're giving money away?
Yeah, free
Cold
money.
hard doubloons?
$50 of free digital money. $50 a dwarf coin. Yeah.
Dwarfy coin.
Dwarfy coin. There you go.
Oh, darn it.
On the elevation blockchain, he's down.
Where did it
What did you drop? What did you have?
Trapdoor.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Everything's falling. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we have any new people here tonight?
Looks like it. Alta Million, who also just got gifted a sub.
Woo!
So congratulations. We guess we do have a lot of emotes in here. I should really look through. I think we have some more emote slots, and I should really look at it. And
Let's get emote crazy.
yeah, let's put something more on graphics plate right now.
Yeah.
What's a tier 1 sub?
Woof.
It means that you get access to. So there's a we've got some emotes. Twitch gives you a certain amount of emotes. Some of them are for free. Anybody who's watching your channel can use them. And then there's like different tiers of subscriber. And there's some emotes. Most of the emotes that we have are available to any subscriber. And then there's like a couple that are like tier 2 or tier 3.
The classy, the high roller emote.
It's not something we have a ton of controller. It's not something we have a ton of control over. Twitch has like a set amount of slots per sub level.
Woo!
But yeah.
So
I should look and see if we have more emotes we can add, though.
If you're new, feel free to interact with us. That is why we're here. We love hearing your thoughts. We love answering your questions. We love your presence. And of course, you can also just lurk. Plenty of lurkers. Got any lurkers here tonight? I guess they can't say because if you're lurking, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Did you tell them what we're doing? Dungeon?
Basically, we're building something for Gen Con. I'm not sure how many details we can give currently, but we're building something for Gen Con.
Dungeon.
With dungeon pieces, because Dungeons Reforged, a big
Woo!
piece coming. We're going to be showing some pieces in the new paint scheme that you guys haven't seen yet, as well as I think we have like some physical versions of pieces that you've only seen in foam tonight.
Yeah, we got a bunch of fun stuff to look at.
Yeah,
This is what happens when you take a week off, right?
Mhm.
We didn't stream last week, right?
We didn't because we were off. We were
Juneteenth.
closed. Yes. All right.
Maybe
well,
that's our new model. Just every 2 weeks.
every
And
2
we'll
weeks,
have more stuff to show.
possibly.
Hmm.
Let's go ahead and get to the news.
It's the news. It's the news.
Yeah, there we go.
What's in the news, Chris?
Oh, not a ton of things. The Starforge Pledge Manager. I just realized. I guess Starforge is kind of technically over at this point, so I should really change the overlays and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I didn't.
The
I didn't think about
pre-roll Starforge. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first week where the Starforge Pledge Manager is closed. Late pledges are closed.
Oh.
There's 25 people haven't finalized their stuff yet, which is a very good completion rate for us.
Staggering.
In general, we found that on GameFound, we tend to have a higher completion rate by the time the Pledge Manager ends. I think just because it's easier. With Kickstarter, when we had to move people to a second platform, a lot of people kind of fell off. But we're at like a 97%
That's impressive.
rate, which is pretty sick. There are people, I think you were saying from the original Wildlands campaign, there's still people we're having to chase down who never finalized their pledge.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're isn't over until the second round of pledge selections. Oh, true, the caches. If you got questions about the caches, that should be happening in a couple weeks. We have a meeting with GameFound next week to just make sure that cache selections are ready to go. And so we'll have that coming soon. You can still go into GameFound and change your shipping information. We won't lock that until
To the bitter end. Right?
until basically we're ready to start shipping. So that's another thing that's nice about the platform. We can kind of put it in shipping only mode, so you can still pay out and finalize your shipping. You just can't add new sets to your order because we're getting the order into the factory, and they're already getting started on making the molds this week, which I think is the fastest turnaround we've ever had.
You know, Tyler was working hard to learn from our past and be appropriately ahead of stuff. So we have, I think this is. I'm gonna jinx this. This is gonna be the smoothest production run we've had yet. Well, we'll see. Like, there's a lot of time between A and B, but so far we are ahead of everything that we should be ahead of. So that's setting us up for success.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the caches, and I guess also, if you lock in your shipping, the shipping count to caches. No, it's just what you spend on the sets, because the shipping and taxes don't actually go to us. So we only count like what gets spent on the sets, basically, because then it keeps it even. The same sets will apply, which I know is rough for people internationally, but but also the way that we're doing the caches, they don't have any ascribed value, so they won't. When you add caches, it won't change anything about your shipping.
Tax.
Yeah, we'll cover the extra shipping that the caches add to the order and all that. So yeah, if you haven't finalized your pledge yet, just go ahead and check and just finalize that information, pay out your shipping, because we just got to have that done before we can send you your pieces. And then if you move, if you have a change of address or anything, you can do that at any time until probably like a couple weeks before we start shipping. We'll leave that open. Other things in terms of other, like campaign updates. Did you want to talk about Lowtown real quick?
Yes. So we talked briefly about it last week. We're running late. We'll have the official update out this week. Tyler's writing up all sort of the details from his visit to the factory. But we're looking like we're going to be shipping mid-October, somewhere thereabouts. There's a lot that can happen between here and there. Mostly, like, we're apprehensive about shipping because we've had a lot of there's been a lot of events in the last years with shipping with us. So anything, but that's what we're looking like. So the last mold just finished. Their production on most everything was already done. There's the last few stragglers. Stuff is looking awesome, but we don't have it yet. But it's cooking. So we'll give you the official updated, and then we'll keep it posted as it goes. Because I don't know, it can be a good slide here or there.
Yeah, it's It was monsoon season or something that made them like just have to like a monsoon like held up mold production.
Just a whole bunch of a whole bunch of things, just a 1,000 cuts behind on this, behind on that. Some troubles with the parquet floor, and some troubles with the wizard roof, and some troubles whatever. And part of it is also we could have settled on some things, right? We could have just skipped the spires on the wizard head roof, but instead we said, we want to maintain them and in fact make them pole accessories, because we couldn't do them otherwise. And I don't remember all the little things, there's lots of little value adds that we've sort of done along the way.
Well, and like with the battle board, we were like, hey, we actually want to add some nubs to like the center of this to make it more stable. There are times where we're like, actually, let's not clear this yet. Let's remake this mold because we want to. Yeah.
Well, and that was from building giant castles on top of elevated battle boards. So I'm like, well, if we do it, other people will probably do it. Let's make sure these things hold up. And we're trying to make stuff as good as we can. So that's in general. We when we have the choice between quality and speed, we always take quality, and therefore we're always late. So.
Yeah.
Not always. Maybe Starforge is going to be early. And what was Wildlands was early.
Wildlands Reforged was a month early. Wildlands itself was very late.
Yeah. Also, that was the middle of the pandemic. But
yeah, the shipping crisis hit like right in the middle of that.
Yes.
Let's see.
And I was just realizing, with just right before this started, I wanted to do a big old Lowtown build for Gen Con. and we don't actually have the pieces, so I don't know what we're gonna do.
We thought we were gonna have a bunch of the finished pieces in time for Gen Con, but these delays kind of made it so we don't. But
By kind of mean totally.
kind of like totally. Like Gen Con is a month away, and we don't have this.
Well, that was the other realization. I'm like, this is like they shipped it now. We wouldn't like, yeah, we just don't have. So yeah,
It is what it is.
It sucks, but it's
Yeah.
will be worth waiting for.
Let's see.
And-
In more exciting news, hey, yeah, Gen Con. Gen Con is in just over a month. We're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff there. So if you have the opportunity to go, if you want to see us, we're going to be there with a big booth. We're going to have
1301.
We're also going to be on a number of other people's booths and tables as well. We've set up a
Who's
number
booths
of
and tables? What do we got?
What can we say so far? Mazes will have. I'm pretty sure they're going to have like the bundle that we just set live. There's the City of Skull bundle. I think is going to be on his table at this con. He had it at Origins, I believe, or Origins is right now.
It was last weekend.
It was last weekend. Yeah,
I
he had
thought it was
at
this
Origins.
coming weekend, but it was last weekend.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be there. Pirate Borg is going to be doing stuff with us, Gen Con, and there's some other ones that I'm not sure if we can announce yet. But yeah, we're gonna have our hands in a number of pies. Is that the phrase? Something in pies.
Finger in a pie?
Fingers in pies. Fingers in pies. We're gonna have our fingers in a number of pies.
Somebody
at Gen
said it
Con.
straight. What's the adage?
Yeah. So there's gonna be a lot of fun little Dwarven Forge things happening at Gen Con this year.
Fingers.
So yeah, I think it's everything with Gen Con. And then, and as far as other conventions go, outside of that, I think the only other convention we're doing this year is PAX Unplugged.
Whee!
So
Rick will be at.
He'll be at Spiel.
Spiel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rick will be at Spiel, the DF team proper one. But yeah, so there'll be some DF presence at Spiel, and then the team will be at PAX Unplugged again this year. If you want to hit other conventions, let's see. What did you think? Speaking of mazes. That bundle that went up, the City of Skull bundle, that big like 2 foot by 3 foot streets and sewers and runes bundle.
There's some neat combos in there too. He did some stuff that I hadn't thought of.
It's taking adding the arcane runes to it is like really interesting.
Love it.
And then adding like the LED braziers. It's a really cool bundle if you don't have that stuff. That's being done in coordination with a campaign they have for an expansion to Mazes. Mazes is a really cool little like rules light, old school dungeon crawler. It's like really quick setup and everything. It's like really interesting character creation. Every character class is just built around using one die. So like one player will only use a D4, one will only use a D6, one will only use a D8, one will only use a D10, and then just kind of it's just built around like so this one like doesn't roll as high, but is more likely to like get a crit basically because the D4 you're more likely to land on a 4, that sort of thing. It's a really cool system. They're
cool people.
Yeah, very cool. We've gotten to know them over the last couple of years. Their campaign has around 24 hours left right now,
and they're doing really well.
They're doing really well for themselves. It's a cool small little team. Definitely worth checking out the game. I think it's a lot of fun. If you're looking for a game that works well, it's easy to like kind of like teach new people. It's very easy to pick up, but there's a lot of interesting stuff you can do with it. It's very good for kids, I think, while still having like kind of a cool adult feeling setting. Yeah, because some kids don't like to feel like they're being given a kid version of a game.
Yeah,
but it's simple. Most kids want to feel like they're playing like a real really cool thing, yeah. But Mazes is like much simpler to understand than I think trying to teach a kid like the ins and outs of D&D or Pathfinder, you know. And then I think the last piece of news that we have, hey, some of you noticed the individual piece list thing that we were talking about, where we actually offer just a single piece.
Who is the whistleblower? Do we know who found the
I can't remember who came across it. I think it was was it Travis?
Awesome.
I think it was Travis on the Discord. Somebody like just came across it while searching in the store, and then told everybody else, and everybody's been like picking through it.
Has anybody taken a look at the individual pieces yet?
I think I'm seeing a number of names here that we're talking about on the Discord. Yeah. So basically, these individual pieces are leftovers from when we had kind of extra pieces made because of weird mold configurations. We just had like things where it's like we don't really have a set to put these in. but we had the
Since
pieces
the
made.
dawn of time. Like they've been
Yeah.
gathered. They have sort of buckets of random handfuls of this. It's like it's awesome.
So, you know, they're definitely more expensive than when you would get them in bulk in a set.
Yeah.
But if you need just some random pieces, we might have the one you need in there. If you want to take a look at that, give it a gander. Yeah, I think that's really all there is to say. We're seeing how this does. If it turns out it's popular with people, maybe we'll look into doing more with it in the future.
Well,
But it is kind of a weird thing to.
It would be neat
yeah.
if, you know, assuming it all goes well, and I'm assuming it will, it would be neat to take requests to be like, hey, if, you know, are there pieces you're hoping that would be in there, and we can, I don't know. We're not going to like individually cast stuff, but we can always be on the lookout for, hey, this is something that's in high demand.
Yeah.
If we're going to restock a set that has that, let's try and pour some extra if we can and get those in there.
Yeah, it's a very random collection, but there might be something in there that you were needed. There are a couple people saying that like they were getting like sewer grates.
Nice.
You know, that kind
It's
of
as
thing.
random as it gets. It is like a.
Yeah.
It is a.
It's an extremely random collection because it's just all the things that ended up getting extra print runs made from the original like Kickstarter configurations and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's all the news.
Whee!
I think my mouse died.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go. Nope, it's back. Yeah. Hi. What do you want to do? Do you want to go to the table?
Yeah. Let's
right.
dive in. Let's reforge away.
All right. So, what do you want to show people?
So we got some painted versions of some of the new bits. So we're on. This is the new remastered Dungeon Classic curve wall. So the new bit sort of has stones on the sides. Look at that beautiful curved wall. Can't wait to have four. Oh, we got four of them right here. Boom, boom, boom. Yay! Exciting. We got the diagonal wall all painted up. That guy. The new and improved diagonal that actually works and is as thick as a regular wall. You can also do these guys. Boom, boom. These are exciting. We'll do some building momentarily. We have first painted past to the Zelda stairs. So this fits in the floor.
Where are
So
those?
you take like a trapdoor floor, boop, pop open your trapdoor, and then you can pop in your Zelda stairs.
Those look really snug. They fit in there really cleanly.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat little gag.
Nice.
Right? Yeah, it's pretty exciting. And then we got this guy. Oh wait. The little the corner fill pillar. And this is used be a bad example, but
I hope people are screenshotting this for the Discord.
yeah, we're going fast, but oh boy, I gotta figure out where the center is. Right, so you can use it to fill in your corners, or you can use 4 of these guys to do a little. You can make a cool pillar, like a big church pillar or something. It's neat. And then we have the new arch with Michelle's new portcullis. Look at that thing. I think it means business. Hampshire's a really neat kind of rusted metal. Yeah. Oh, and you can pop it in a.
What was the issue with the portcullis initially? It was too small.
It was too. Yeah, it wasn't. It was short by almost an eighth of an inch, and it didn't take our new inserts as of Dungeon of Doom have the little flanges on the side, so it didn't fit in these nor take these well. They wouldn't get to the bottom, so they will all be interchangeable. So we have one family of inserts interchangeable.
Nice. Nice.
Right? It's cool.
I mean, just getting like the compatibility and, you know, like repeated geometry.
But that's what we want, everything to work in the system, right? You make one insert wall system, everything should work like that.
Yeah. That is like just a very funny thing to think about is like all these pieces that look like they should just go together and they didn't.
They don't necessarily. Yeah. Well, little by little, we're working on it. Okay, so those are the new bits that have paint currently. Let's look at. You guys buckled up?
Uh-oh.
Are you ready?
Oh no.
Hey, Amy. Wait, Amy left?
I have no idea.
Oh, she's gonna miss out. All right. So this is speaking of paint.
Oh,
it's
okay.
yeah, we're just going for the big. Whoa. Oh boy, I dropped something.
What'd
Hold
you
on,
do?
please stand by. Ah,
Did you break it?
yeah, it's Dwarvenite. Whew.
Okay.
Saved again by the Dwarvenite.
Well, hopefully Amy didn't leave because I think she's gonna love
exciting.
this.
All right, so this is the Sinister paint. So Hamster has been working on new paint for dungeons. This is the Sinister paint scheme, and there's a bunch of bits in here you haven't seen. Oh, Dragos got knocked out of his seat. He wasn't buckled up. So in the front here. So we got the double doors. With all that gunk that Hamster put on there. It's such a good. So the goal was to go for something moody, something dark, something specific. Right? We have a very standard, generic dungeon that you can use for anything. Right? Our standard old dungeon, standard dungeon. This is if you want to go moody, you want to go atmospheric, you want to go something that looks just dark and cool and evil and different. We got you covered. It is not. We're not going for realism. We're going for mood.
Yeah, because really, like when it comes to, wanting something grounded, we've got 2 paint schemes that do that currently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm throwing my money at the screen. Nothing's happening.
It's going to become a new supported paint theme moving forward. I think it really depends
nobody
on.
buys it. Then we're in trouble. Yeah.
I think the plan is, I guess if what you're asking is, is this going to be like a GameFound exclusive? No, we want this to be like a thing that we want this to be something that we then keep restocking in the store. Will all these pieces be available in the scheme at launch?
Yes.
Yeah, these are all planned for launch.
Yes.
Sinister itself is going to be like a launch thing. This is not a stretch goal we have to get to.
We learned from Starforge to put all the cool stuff in there at launch so people can see what's exciting. So we're working on the hope is, I love this little thing, like, so Hamster just sort of, there's a lot of these gradients to just sort of give kind of a sense of glow in areas and darkness and just sort of volumetric painting with just few simple colors. I don't know if it changed, but originally he was using the bunker blue base coat from Starforged as a little base. I don't know if it's changed or not, but and the goal is, we're still seeing if we can work it out, is to do the torches in a like a ghostly teal, so it's like ghost light, so that we have the torches have a nice different color to.
Oh, so a new paint scheme on the orbs.
Well, the torches. I
on
put
the
the serpent
torches.
orbs in here because they're closer, because they're green, but like the torch, instead of yellow, regular orange torches, we make them a teal. We don't have any teal lights in our lineup, and something like ghost lights. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're working on it. It's pretty fun. I'm pretty excited for this thing. It'll be a nice alternative for people who want a different style dungeon, and if you just like the regular, we still have a regular one, or you can always just get unpainted and paint stuff yourself.
Just reset the camera, hoping that we're getting like some weird artifacting on the DSLR every now and then. So I'm seeing.
Is it the DSLR? Is it our screen?
That's what I'm trying to track down. I just like reset the connection, so we'll see if that does it.
Well, I guess we should talk about this stuff because we didn't show this last time, right? This is
the Daises.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not just doing the core pieces in
So Hamster has worked out like a.
I think it is the DSLR because it just happened again.
It's just happening again.
Yeah. It might just be maybe the connection on the.
Let's see anything. So this is like a black and blue marble, beat up marble, and this is we're trying the same technique we did with our white marble, but like evil marble.
Is the accent black or dark blue? Too shiny to see well at that angle.
Yeah, like cyan. It's black with cyan streaks.
I think that it's very glossy, which is making the.
It's actually interesting. It's easier to see on the Dais. So then this is pass it. So we're gonna do, in addition to the vaulted core sets, we're gonna do the daises at launch. We'll do the daises in this also, to be able to get Dais family. And what's fun about the daises is you can use these on your regular dungeon, right? You could get just the Sinister Daises without buying the rest of the dungeon if you want, because since they're freestanding, you can pop them anywhere. So you can pop these on. Maybe I'll build something out. We'll put them on a regular floor, but you can sort of see how they, they can transition nicely off regular floors and be like a big rock me haunted dais. Exactly. Look how neat this thing is. Like, very excited. So should be pretty neat, pretty magical, pretty mysterious, pretty different.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens. I think that's everything we have in Sinister.
Yeah.
Any questions there before we?
Feelings on the paint scheme are more positive than before, and I see the evolution. Are the pillars different from the last time we showed it, or are they? They've always been that kind of purple, yeah.
They've always been. You know, it is. Hamster was messing with on the two. So the regular. Maybe that one doesn't have. Hang on. The regular walls have some of the green dry brushing over the tops of the purple pillars. The bottoms are like here, and he tried. I don't know if we're going to keep it yet or not, but he tried with the two big showpieces to keep the pillars clean, so there was sort of more of a stark break between them and the bits on the side to sort of make them a little more striking. So we'll see. I don't know. It continues to evolve, but that's also why you get to watch the show. You sort of see the evolution happen.
Is this tied to new Picorni paints? Do you know what he's been using?
Originally, I don't know. Once again, I don't know if it's still strength, but originally he was using the bunker blue as a base, and then I don't remember what the green. I think sludge is the.
He does love sludge.
He loves sludge, right? I think sludge
Yeah.
is the bright green, and something, but I don't know. We'll have to see when it's all said and done. We'll see if we do more colors or not or whatever. But that's That's the Sinister as it evolves.
Yeah.
Nice still for the Discord. Somebody here.
Let's see what else we got here. Well, we get pillars in this scheme, the freestanding big ones. Oh, the ancient pillars.
Not currently, but we'll see. So we already have. So Dungeons Reforged has already gotten pretty big. I know. This is gonna be hard for people to imagine. There's some scope creep. Are you shocked? People are still buckled up, right?
I was looking through the master spreadsheet earlier today, and I'm like, oh yeah, the size of this is.
Well, we wrapped up. It was taking all original Kickstarter 1 Game Palace Dungeons and Dungeon of Doom, as well as importing a few bits. So it was, it gathered up a lot. I think we touched all but 8 Dungeons packs. That was Tyler's math, I believe. So it's a lot of stuff. So we're trying not to go bonkers on too many sets in Sinister to start, but the goal is to treat it like Ice or Underdoom. Although maybe that's a bad example because Underdoom has been sort of neglected for so long. But like the idea is we can add some more. Like we just added the Ice banks and the Underdoom banks, and sort of we can add some more stuff as we go. But now let's build. Unless there's any other questions about that.
Yeah, I tried to fix the artifacting while that was happening, so hopefully that'll.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know why the connection's weird. Is the center of that room build a bluish tile set? I'm colorblind, but it looked bluish to me. I just think it'd be a cool tweak to existing kinds of tiles. Yeah, it's like a blue marble. It's like a blue-black marble.
Yeah, with teal.
Oh, they're wondering if the green slime on it is UV reactive or not.
I don't know. It looks like it might be, but
probably,
It wasn't arcane acid, which I know is the.
That's our UV reactive paint. Yeah.
Yeah. It might be a happy accident. We will.
It'd probably be an easy thing to change. Are we calling this sludge core? Oh, sludge dungeon would be pretty good.
Sludge core. All right, so we're gonna work on building a.
Can we see some rooms of this in regular dungeons when you do the build?
Can we see what?
Yeah,
the dais in the yes, 100%. Yes.
These tiles are from what set or Kickstarter? Don't recall that color. Oh, that paint scheme right there is a new paint scheme we're doing for Dungeons Reforged.
Brand new.
Yeah, it's on all the existing pieces from the original Dungeons Kickstarter and Dungeon of Doom. Because Dungeons Reforged is going to be made up of, it's mostly Dungeon of Doom pieces, but we're also pulling, I think some pieces that weren't brought up from the original KS1 dungeons, I think are coming into Dungeons Reforged.
Anything that's not nailed down that's dungeon related, and even some things that are tangential.
We're pulling pieces from castles. We're pulling pieces from Caverns Deep. We're pulling pieces from Wild. Like we've pulled pieces from almost every campaign for this. I think
Whatever it takes
Like-
to make good sets.
yeah.
No sets held back.
And by that I mean like it's just accessories and things that were in, like the skeleton hands from Wildlands, for example, stuff like that. We're not gonna put like forest pieces in here, but yeah.
That's what he says now.
Yeah. Well, let's
yeah.
see.
So our mission at hand is we're going to do some building. We're looking at a 2 foot by 2 foot boss fight that would be convention friendly. And the constraint is using only sets from Dungeons Reforged, which is not much of a constraint because there's like 70 sets or whatever, 64 sets. Right?
But we want people to be able, like, when people are, so this is for an as yet undisclosed event at Gen Con. And we want to make it entirely out of sets that'll be in the campaign because we want to be able to say like, yes, this is what we made this with. So we're going to be sticking to those compositions, and it's going to kind of be a little first example of building with these compositions.
So we to start. I mean, I got a bucket of sets down here, but to start, the thought was to use the like triple bundle, which takes the we're doing the Vaulted Core set, the Vaulted Core Mega, and the Advanced Vaulted Core set, which should be a delightful bucket of pieces to fill this out. And then I got a bunch of elevation pulled, got some LEDs, got some traps, got some necro dressing. What else do we have in there? I don't know. LED bits and LED floors, and I don't know. So we'll see where it goes. But it's it'd be kind of fun to just sort of start pushing all this stuff around. So I have a core set to start, but let's be realistic. I have to take these. We need for sure. We need to at least dump out the Mega. I have lava train tray standing by too, just in case. I don't know. We might need to heat things up. I don't know. Don't know where we're gonna go yet.
No camera needs to be concerned. This is basically.
Oh, it is.
It needs to be viewable for people seated around a table, basically. As far as like view restrictions go. Yeah.
Yeah. Ostensibly, like I'll be where the dungeon master is, and there'll be people around the other 3 sides.
So we shouldn't make any of the walls like 8 inches tall or something, or it's
high
gonna
from the front.
Yeah, we don't want to block out. We want it to be set up. It's gonna be set up kind of like a standard game table,
That would be hilarious.
No, yeah, I know exactly what you were asking. It's like, yeah, we got to keep that in mind. Rounded corners always look good. Grand stair.
Yep. Have grand stairs
levels.
pulled. Have the giant round corner pulled. Good suggestions.
When is the Starforge test going to be delivered? I think I heard a while ago, maybe January. Is that still the case? We're still projecting January. They're starting mold creation now. A lot can happen in the process. If we end up having issues with those molds or something, things might get delayed. But currently, since they finished the Lowtown molds, the mold making part of the factory is already getting started on the Starforge molds. And then they should finish the Starforge molds and then have the Dungeons Reforged molds like ready to go. So we should just be like we're getting better at keeping every part of the factory moving, which is nice.
All right, so we're gonna start with some double doors up front. Give place for the players to gather. I don't know if we want to start out there or not, but we'll see. It's at least for the build. We'll start out there.
They're gonna be able to apparently place themselves at the start, like anywhere in the.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they get to choose where they start. Is my understanding.
All right, so then I'll
Yeah.
flip the doors around the inside so that they can already be in, because that seems silly. Then why would you?
Here's the thing I didn't think to mention
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
That's a nice way to just kick off. That's also a nice way to get your PC murdered. You just like the freedom to go anywhere is maybe too much freedom.
We're going to be building in standard paint scheme for now because that's what we have enough pieces to actually build.
Oh
with.
yeah, I showed you everything we have in Sinister.
Yeah,
like that was it. Like that's the whole. That's the whole thing.
We might swap it to Sinister if we have enough pieces for it by Gen Con, and it
I'll bet
turns
you
out
any
being what
amount
would
of
be useful
money
for it.
that we will not, because
Yeah,
Gen Con's only a month away. There's no way that we're gonna have like.
Yeah. It's probably going to be in standard paint scheme, just because it would take probably whatever Sinister pieces we have painted we're going to want to have at the booth.
Well, also here's the thing: is we're gonna end up using pieces that we're not doing in Sinister Paint.
That's fair.
So
That's
that
true.
would be the other big challenge.
One room Sinister, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see where.
Though there's not going to be a lot of different rooms here, I don't think.
My thinking is
It's supposed to be an arena.
I want to stay away from. I want to stay away from Sinister because I just don't know what our capability for kicking it out is, and it's just going to be. It's easier to use the pieces I know we'll have. Like I pulled pieces I know we have a lot of, so that we won't run into trouble. Because also we need to be filming stuff back here at the studio, and we'll have to have a whole bunch of stuff built at our booth, and like we're going to need a bunch of stuff. So I think Sinister is going to be too much of a drain on those resources. Plus, it doesn't exist, so there's that.
Yeah, there's also that.
But that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna need more floor packs. I know already, but
Any idea what stretch goals will look like this offering? Nook stretch goals?
Yeah, probably not huge, but we're trying to get everybody involved. Like Chris kind of rounded up all the feedback from Star Forged, as well as obviously our previous bits and whatever. And we've done some adjustments based on that, but it's not this is not going to be like a full-blown campaign where we're making a whole bunch of new stuff. So it's not going to be similarly. The stretch goals won't be as big and grand or whatever. Like it'll be, we had no stretch goals in Wildlands Reforged, right?
All the stretch goals.
Sets.
Yeah, it was unlocking sets in Wildlands Reforged, but also Wildlands Reforged was a completely untested thing at the time, so we weren't putting. We're putting more of our resources into Dungeons Reforged this time, for sure. Like we're doing new sculpts and everything, and actually putting like the whole team on it. Wildlands Reforged is a thing that we did with a small portion of the team, while everybody else was kind of pushing Starforged forward. Is this a battle royale style arena or more of a champions versus monsters? Champions versus a monster. Yeah.
No, that's not gonna.
Yeah, it is. It is. They are working together. Put a bunch of traps in to show off the magnets. Flame traps look amazing if possible, but the spike trap for sure. Could also use the trapdoor piece to send up other monsters.
That's a fun idea.
Let's see. Levels and bridges. We definitely want to work elevation in. We want to make. We really want to give the players like a space that it feels like they can really do stuff with.
I should preemptively already pull the other floor.
Put a lever magnet piece in to activate a trap.
Definitely. We got a whole bunch of levers.
Doing environmental stuff like that would be fun. Ways to like
trigger.
Try to
nonsense.
set a trap on the monster instead of hitting yourself with it.
And then hit yourself with it anyway.
Yeah, probably. Well, because they probably won't know exactly what the lever does. They might have an idea.
Yeah. Well, good use for some sort of check or something too, right?
How about a couple of raised areas with bridges across them over water or lava? Maybe a central raised area. Give areas of cover around the outside, safe from monster, but these areas are traps. Ledges and train trays for a negative pool, or are those off limits?
No,
everything is on limits. On limits?
Yeah.
Within limits?
Unlimited limits.
There's no flying monster. It is a it's a. My understanding, this monster is like a big demon.
But not like a flying type.
Not flying. No.
Like a just eat your face kind of demon.
Yeah, and it is supposed to be a thing where it's like they are not expected to win, and it's kind of more of yeah.
It's one of those kind of.
It's one of those things where it's just kind of let's see how long you can hold out or how much you can do like to this monster. Any chance we could get a dungeon floor textured battle board?
Not in this. It's a good ask, but not in this.
Can you use the diagonals to make an octagon for part of it?
That's not a crazy idea.
Central area is a raised platform surrounded by lava, and the demon can
Yes.
burst out of the middle of it.
Well, here's the thing. I think lava, if we do, there's going to be 2 in this series, and the other one is lava heavy, right?
Yeah, the other one is it's a hellscape build, and it's a and then a dungeon build. Those are the 2 that we got to do for this.
So my thinking was to I don't know. I did pull a lava terrain tray, but in retrospect, it was.
It might be nice to
Better
lean
to
away
stay
from
away
lava
from
for
lava.
it.
All right, so we got some LED walls. All right, so I'm just trying to rough out a quick shape because I'm going to go up a second level. I'm gonna we'll put something in here, but just trying to get a kind of a skeleton, and we can start doing the fun stuff. All right, so we're basically just trying to pave out this whole intersection. I got to sort of break these out, but we'll figure that out in a sec. Well, really, that sounded like a soundboard.
Sounds like the dogs in the walls.
Yeah, that's
a loud, small dog.
Quite a. The dog means business.
King of the Hill, a giant middle platform would be cool. Battle arena, cool. Any beans I maybe missed? Yeah, you missed something pretty big, IME, like right after you left.
Oh man, you can't go back while it's streaming, can you?
I don't think so. If you check the Discord though, people posted it. People posted it in the Discord.
Already? That's awesome.
Oh yeah. Small octagon room off to the side with the weapons racks on it. Have to get past a golem that can only grapple the player UFC style, and if they make it out, they have a better weapon. That could be cool. There's an armory of like
the UFC style.
Saying they could have like a little armory of like legendary weapons or something to help them in the fight if they can get there is interesting.
I love that. All right, so just sort of roughing out. I got to crack the next the advanced set, and we're gonna need floors. I have a floor pack ready. I have the large floor pack, which maybe just preemptively. I'm gonna do that because that's gonna just I'm already worried about. All right, so we're taking the triple bundle. We are adding large floor pack. So for everybody's keeping score at home, I should have just done that right out of the get-go.
Do we have the round rotating room available? Rotating room.
The full round. We have. I have
the large curved walls. The large curved walls are in the campaign.
Yeah, I have them. I have one pack pull. It's easy to get the other one there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do this. All right. Ba, 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 ba. All right. I don't know what it's going to be just yet. We'll put a thing there. Let's figure this out. Okay.
Has it as a rotating trap, or there are things inside throwing out fire or acid or something? Are we only getting the new marble and sinister or standard as well?
Sinister. Strictly sinister. Oh, here's a good example. Let's put. Speaking of, let's
put those sinister daises on in that room.
Very cool. It's definitely a place where something happens.
Oh yeah. This seems like tainted.
there's trouble. I don't trust it.
All right, we're just still getting.
It
I'm gonna reset this camera real quick and see if that
sounds
see
good
if
to
that does
me.
something.
I'm gonna go start playing with stilts.
Yeah, hold for just a moment.
There was one oh, here's another one we're looking at doing plain featureless 38 millimeter stilts in the style of the featureless 50 millimeter stilts. It'll be a little more affordable, probably in a 10 pack, so you can do some quick, easy dungeon elevation. All right, so we're gonna go up. Got a whole. All right, so I just lofted. You can see I lofted up a second story here. Two terrain trays on stilts, so we can build up here. And then my thought, I'm gonna actually maybe I'll just put it in early. Let's see. My thought was to work our way to a 6 by yeah. All right, the thought was to work towards have a third tier in the back, using the new 6x12 terrain trays, which don't exist, but I'm going to use these 6x's right now. And we can do something like this, right? So we can have cascading 3 levels, and then we can do some raised shenanigans with elevation.
Could you use the magnetic chains to have an ally tied up to an elevated piece to help if freed?
To help what?
Have an ally tied up so that they can help if they're freed.
Yeah, that's a fun, right? There's, or it could also be the betrayal, right? Help me, I'll save me, I'll help you.
If you free him, he just kills you.
Yeah, it's a fun thing. Maybe this is up on, let's see, I don't know. We've got these big old curve boys. We'll get to those. Got a bunch of little stairs. We got a bunch of shafts. We got, okay. Oh, we still have all this we haven't used. Okay, so maybe let's audition this up here as the big final something or other. I should write this down, so hang on. So we've started with the triple bundle, added large floors, stilts.
I guess I should also say that like what we're looking at here is this could potentially be a bundle or a sample build that we use if we like the way it comes out. That's another reason why we're looking at using specific sets in the campaign. So we're trying to make something that like looks really cool that people would want to do and repeat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Odin Forged.
Hey,
how's this being released? This is Dungeons Reforged. Around October, we're going to do a Game Found campaign, mostly made up of existing pieces, but we're doing like a new paint scheme on it, which you can see down there in the bottom, Sinister paint. We are doing a couple new sculpts for this one to kind of round some things out. We're adjusting some sculpts that didn't quite work from classic dungeons. Yeah. It's kind of an update refresh. It's mostly just making new configurations with the dungeon pieces that just makes the whole collection make more sense and make it easier to get, while also adding some things that we think they could have used. Trap floor is full of water. When you fall in, you don't take any damage, but your worst childhood memory floods your mind.
What's your worst childhood memory?
Apparently, it's water related.
Oh. Tracks. So I feel like the thing to do is have like a couple openings. Maybe this is open before, like have multiple openings, like break up the
multiple ways up. Yeah.
Yeah, have like a couple of breakers. This. We're gonna have to definitely bust out the stairs pack and play with some stairs. Got those epic stairs. Maybe we feed those down the sides. I don't know. Or maybe the epic goes up here. Maybe this. Maybe we do a thing like this. Also, we got to think about traps. We got to think about. Oh, we got portcullises.
I think when we get the kind of skeleton built, it'll be easier to
yeah,
then
start
go in and say, well, okay,
bedazzling
let's
it.
replace this floor with a, a pool floor or something. Chromatic orbs in these sets to use as traps scattered around the battlefield. Number them, roll 2 dice each round. If different numbers, they attack everything in a line between those 2 orbs. 2 of the same
Ooh.
number is an AoE around that orb.
That's fun.
Having them be, and then also like you can do like the chromatic orb spell thing where you roll a d8 to see what element
What
it is.
flavor?
Yeah, what kind of attack it is. Let's see.
Do this with a backfill to a thing. All right. All right, I'm gonna add the grand. Eventually, just add these grand crib walls because we gotta. There, put that on the list. Large curved. All right, I'm gonna take this back down. Oh, and I still have a 4x4. Oh, it's this up here.
Doesn't miss the old encounter style Kickstarters, but understand the logistical nightmare. It just led to so many things being hard for people to get.
They were really cool for a Kickstarter. They were impossible to restock.
Yeah. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to figure out how to design things and show things in a way where you can still get the benefits of the encounter system, but without structuring our entire offer that way,
Ooh, we got some left.
So if we can show you something like this, we can say like, yeah, here's the pledge to get this room.
Here's the
essentially.
recipe.
Yeah.
And anybody, you can do it. It's no chase piece nonsense. Like, how many people here were like losing their minds over chase pieces in Dungeon and Doom?
Mm-hmm.
I bet it's a high number. We have
Like what
plinths.
Colt did, where you had districts, but they all had core packs.
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing was, Colt was also designed around just kind of the way that city sets work, which was nice. When you're talking about a collection of buildings always being made up of like walls, floors, corners, stuff like that, it just seemed very sensible to organize it the way it was.
Well, it's kind of, we were trying to do the best of both worlds, where you get the feeling of encounters, but the simplicity of core packs.
Let's see.
People,
I lost my mind
people
then.
definitely like this.
Everybody's saying they got driven wild by the chase pieces in Dungeon of Doom.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And then Sirakas brings up that Caverns Deep had even more. And it's like, yeah, Caverns Deep is so full of... Because each area in it had like a really cool... Stuff like the runic column.
There was something unique in every encounter. But at least we had like Adventure Essentials stuff so you could build out, like you could do...
Yeah, but we didn't have that after the campaign.
Well, yeah, none of it was like, well, yeah, no, it was never,
Yeah.
that was it, one and done, and it was like gone.
Yeah.
100%.
Super excited for Reforce. It's just what Dungeons needed. It was
Yeah,
interesting because when we were looking at it, we were like, I don't think we thought Dungeons needed as much as it needed when we started it, but then it just kind of snowballed into, well, then why don't we also do this? Why don't we also do this?
It's
and then
a
we
garden.
started pulling in stuff from other campaigns. And
It's a garden that hasn't been tended in 8 or 10 years or something. Like it's been,
Dungeon of Doom was 2017? 2018? 2017, I think.
Anybody want to...
Because Hellscape was 2019.
Was it?
Yeah, so Caverns Deep was 2018, yeah?
Yeah, although there may have been some... Were we hitting every single year? I don't know.
I think sometimes there was like a year and a half between. 2017. Yeah. It'd be cool to see Sinister Dungeon Vile Mushroom Pack compatibility. You should be able to do that. We'll definitely show it. There's
really
a lot of
cool.
compatibility that we need to show.
Yeah.
We need to show Sinister Dungeon in Underdoom. We need to show it with sewers. A lot of stuff like that.
Oh, you know what we could do? We've got some trapdoors. We can do some fun. I don't know exactly where they want to go yet, but
I'll try to fix this camera
we can
again.
do the gag where like the trapdoor. Let's try to put it here. Like on this, the trapdoor then feeds you to like the
Well, I want to fix
the
it.
portcullis right in front of the trapdoor, right? So you can connect you can say, oh yeah, I'm going to jump on this, and you can come out there or whatever. It's a way up or down, something. Or monsters can pop out. I don't know.
So these new floors are like blue stone with marbling and green slime. So the core scheme is like a very dark base. I think it's the bunker blue base. Maybe not. It's a very dark base.
It was starting in bunker blue. I don't know if what he ended up with.
Yeah. And then the daises have like blue marble and kind of like a sickly green knotting, and then all the sinister pieces have like kind of slime on them.
Slime and everything. It's
slime and everything.
muck.
Yeah.
It's supposed to feel creepy.
Once we get the pack
Cold,
compositions, are you able to highlight different builds using those packs in the campaign?
Yes.
Yeah, no reason not to. There's going to be some things that people won't have access to. Like you guys won't be able to show Sinister, but most of the, and I guess like some of the like the updated, like none of you are going to have like Zelda stairs and stuff like that, but most of the compositions in Dungeons Reforged are going to be made up with pieces that you guys already have access to. But yeah.
Yeah, it'd be super cool.
Sinister dungeon runes in a swamp would look really good. Yeah, 100%.
I hadn't thought about that. It's dead on. Like,
I was kind of pissed there's a new color, but honestly, it's a cool, equitable option for people who miss Marble and Jade before and
you
available
don't
to
need
everyone.
to buy it. Like, it's
We wanted there to be something new for people who already have a ton of regular dungeon stuff. And it just does something very different than what we've made before.
And you can just get the Dais in it if you want and just pop it in your dungeon, or you just ignore it. Like, it's not, you don't get locked out of anything if you don't get it. Like, there's no new pieces in that color.
And it gets some kind of marble option that we can actually just restock, I think is the other thing. Like it is nothing about it is going to be exclusive to the campaign. The Sinister stuff is something that we want to continue supporting in the store afterwards. No chase stuff, basically. Let's see. I think they meant they're upset there's no new standard marble. You'd be locked out of marble for standard dungeons. Yeah, it's tough. It's just it's a decision that we had to make at some point. And we decided to just kind of err on the side of sticking to the stuff that we said in the past instead of changing our minds about it.
We not only verbally said, but literally wrote, like, this is a Kickstarter exclusive. We're not, this is the only time it's available. This is limited edition.
Yeah,
like, you can't go back on that. Like,
yeah,
you can't.
We think we
you
should
tell people you're going to do a thing. You can't, like, because some people bought it on that, like, that speculation. They're like, oh, well, I'm going to get this because I can never get it again.
Even if it's not a ton of people, it's a thing where we just kind of like, I don't know, the general stance we've taken is just, we've learned just not to do stuff like that anymore. But it was a different time. Yeah. At those times, it was like those Kickstarters, we needed them to do well to keep the company around. And so we were doing things that we thought would help the campaign do well.
And stuff that was fun and exciting and made it neat. And there was no thought about the future or anything. It was all laser focused on the Kickstarter, right? Like, what do we do to make this thing awesome?
Mm-hmm. So,
no thought of sustainability, no thought of actually restocking or putting it in web stores or anything.
We are not planning on biscuiting the dungeons. We don't really think you would gain much from it. And it would involve having to retool like literally everything.
It's way beyond the already massive scope of what we're doing.
And it doesn't. It's very rare that you're doing anything with dungeons where biscuits would really benefit you, I think. It makes a lot of sense for city pieces because of the way that you build buildings. It makes less sense for dungeons, and we don't think it would be worth the massive overhaul it would take to do that.
The soaring dungeon set where we're going vertical like crazy. But yeah, it's way beyond the timeline. We want to get this thing up. All right, so I'm gathering up the...
We don't have an ETA on the late summer restock. No ETA on that.
Is that the one that got delayed?
I don't know if it's the one that got delayed or not. It's still not clear to me what the container he was talking about is, because I don't think we would even... That container wouldn't even be close to arriving yet.
No.
I wouldn't think. So I don't know.
6 weeks.
Yes, I don't know.
We had a container delayed. We don't even know what's in it.
Yeah, we're not sure what it is. But we don't have an ETA on that yet.
yet. All right, so we have so far. This is the triple bundle. It's the vaulted core set, the brand new vaulted mega core set, and the brand new advanced vaulted core set. Plus
That's all you've used here?
plus one large floor pack, two new Stilts 10 packs, two 12x12 train trays, and one fake 6x12 train tray. I'm proxying it with these 6x6s. And we still need some elevation. Might be fun to connect this. I still need to fill these in. Still need some traps and whatever. I was trying to figure, what do people think we should go next? Should we just start going full on elevation and see what that does? And then we can put in traps and LEDs and...
I feel like getting a dungeon bridge in here would be really nice. The walls facing into the middle of the map on the second level. Are they magnetic so you can put some traps on there to create crossfire when tripped?
Good idea. Not yet. We haven't placed any of the magnetic walls, but yes. All the yes. All right, we got a dungeon bridge standing by. We got some epic stairs standing by. I think let's preemptively, let's put these here. We'll figure out walls for that later, and I need floors, but we'll get there. Something like this. I mean, it's gonna have to move these trapdoors, but that's fine. That's pretty cool. Right, this is where like the demon hangs out and tortures people or whatever.
Bad storm here. Oh yeah, there's supposed to be a storm starting here soon.
Oh yay!
Too. Yeah.
Just what I was hoping to hear.
It's supposed to be like it's supposed to be like all day today, and then they kept pushing it back. I don't even know if it's actually still happening.
You know what they say?
Nope. I don't.
You know, little boys who lie grow up to be weathermen. I guess the modern version of kids who lie grow up to be meteorologists. That was my 6th grade science teacher taught me that. That's all I remember from 6th grade science. All right, I'm just going to preemptively pave this whole thing with elevation blocks, like full cosmetic elevation blocks. So basically, I'm going to let's see, 6, I need 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put elevation blocks along this whole section here so we can cover any exposed. I guess I can steal these too.
Please integrate the Doom Roller. We could.
What about Doom Roller?
They're asking to please integrate it in this in the set or in the build. That'd be a fun trap to drop.
Yeah. Problem is, it takes a lot of space. Yeah.
Blue marble Doom Roller.
Oh, that's our bazillion-dollar stretch goal.
What if we just put marble on a bunch of things that nobody wants marble on?
Like Doom Roller? Yeah. Although apparently they do want that, so who knows?
Yeah.
All right, so that is 4 elevation blocks out of... Just going to do something like this. Bump. And then we put...
Blue marble torch. Game Pound exclusive blue marble golems.
Blue marble golems is amazing.
Will there be an all Doom Roller 6-pack? I don't think it's a 6-pack. Are the Doom Rollers like... Is it a 2-pack?
It's one Doom Roller, one regular boulder.
Okay. Golems are coming back, right? Yes.
Yeah. In force.
Mm-hmm. It's like 2 golems, 2 gorgons, 2 gargoyles, something like that.
Yeah. Literally that. All right.
And it's like, I guess it's 4 golems really. It's the golems in the golem wall, and then it's the active golem.
All right, I'm adding a floor pack. Okay, I gotta write down. So far, okay, I just threw in epic stair.
Are all the chase pieces going to be in a set? That was our goal.
Scattered. Well, not in one set.
Not in one set, but like they're like
oops, all chase pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, we tried to make a set. We tried to get like literally every. We tried to get every piece represented basically, in a way that makes sense. So if you have a particular piece that you're really hankering for from Dungeon of Doom, it's probably in here in a pack that is under $100, most likely.
And if not, hanker for a different pack.
And if not, let us know.
Yeah.
Because we probably missed it.
We've done a pretty good roundup of pieces, though.
I think we've got everything. I mean, we ended up going outside of just Dungeon of Doom. We've got castle chase pieces in here. Like, how many more elevation blocks are there?
I pulled a pack of 8. So I've added the dungeon bridge, the one dungeon bridge pack, one epic stair pack, one dungeon bridge pack, one elevation block pack, one floor pack. We still need a small stairs pack. I was gonna use this thing out.
When does this launch relative to Cult reaching the store? Gonna have to budget accordingly. Currently, it looks like we're gonna be launching this around the time that Cult starts shipping. With the delays, looking like around mid-October for this.
It's gonna be exactly the same time. We know that,
It's what it seems
right?
like,
Like
yeah,
it's just I don't
probably.
know. Like
Everything always ends up just happening at the same time.
Yeah, whenever we choose to like launch is gonna be exactly the day that all the cult stuff shows up, and it's gonna be an absolute mess. It's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm.
I want to put this here. Connect. Do a thing. Let's see. Get you there. Who's there? Need some space over there. We'll get there. Put some steps there. You know what I need? I need some plain old classic walls. Oh, I can do it with these.
When is the launch for Hightown? We'll let you know as soon as we know. Hightown is not happening. Yeah, it's not happening. It's not happening anytime soon. We'll let you know as soon as we know.
All right, I'm putting this down.
2025.
No.
We'll see. Just thinking that bridge is filling that lower area, but it's not over anything or high enough to stop people just climbing it. What if the bridge goes from those elevation blocks to the second level? So you raise the bridge higher?
Is potential, yes. I wanted to put stairs. I wanted to do the little stairs going up to these things. I gotta figure it. I gotta skeleton out. I need more. I need more just plain pieces. So I think we need either I think another core pack gets us close. 6, that's 12. 8, 16. So that takes all our floors, and then that will get us. So one core pack. Oh no, I still don't have enough row here. Jeez Louise. And I already. Oh, I have. Oh, aha! I pulled a floor pack. That's a start. Let's do that. We'll start closing some stuff off and whatever. But we need some more plain walls. Maybe we bring the LED. Let's get LEDs in here.
LEDs do look really nice on the table.
It's interesting how like people really react to the LEDs. Like we see at conventions people have never seen this stuff before, and they're like, "Oh, look, flickering flame!" And like it sparks that inner child. All right, so I'm gonna add an LED pack also. So I added a floor pack. All right, so I do have a bunch of small floors still available. I still have diagonals, whatever. Okay, let's get LEDs.
Precious Dwarven Reliquaries. Well, they're not in the campaign, is the only issue.
Yeah, we're trying to just do it with the Reforged packs. But yeah, Dwarven Reliquaries are really cool. Oh, this is like a demon's sporting arena or whatever. Sports ball place.
It's his, like, American Ninja Warrior.
And someone must have done that in D&D already.
Probably. It's some kind of, like, obstacle course challenge thing. So, probably.
But make it like a show or whatever, like people watch, they can compete, come from all around to compete. It's like the big,
that would be fun, actually.
It's a big annual festival, and people come from all around to compete, and there's always some, there's some nefarious cheaters, and the players, of course, have to compete. be fun.
Faerun Demon Warrior. Let's see.
Demon Warrior. All right, so we got some LED. Let's write down LED pack. Okay.
Okay. Hey, what's a good giveaway word?
Oh. Blue marble.
Blue marble on one word. Okay, if you want a chance to win a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card, type blue marble in chat. Everybody wanted a sinister. Never mind. That might have been better. Blue
Yeah.
marble. Too late. I was
All
asking
right.
Nate, not the chat.
Yeah, take that, chat. Haha.
Yeah.
There's you right. For chatting. For doing the thing we asked you to do. How dare you?
Let's see.
I don't know. These floors, they gotta move. Man, I hate early building where you have it's kind of in the ugly phase and you just sort of, I mean, it's what you got to do to get to the final phase. But
It's not
every
pretty
time,
yet.
Yeah, you're just not there yet. All right. All right, so we get more corners. I don't know.
What's this about blue marble? Is that going to be a thing? Oh, did you miss it? We showed that
rewind.
if you're in the Discord, if you look in the Dungeons Reforged channel in the Discord. Oh my god. How do you?
I don't know. What has Hoppy done?
I didn't realize. I didn't
I
realize.
look up one time and that's what we
I
get.
didn't realize Twitch let you.
What have you done?
I didn't realize Twitch let you post those things so big now.
Oh yeah, it is. The camera is hitting like crazy, huh?
That's a new Twitch thing. Okay, that explains it. Well, yeah. Can I ask, how does the gloomy look with the standard paint next to each other, like a wall from each? It'll probably look kind of jarring to just build them in line like that. But you can easily like kind of build it room to room. Like you go through a door and it's one. I think the idea of like using like the kind of sinister door to mark that you're going into a sinister room, I think is interesting.
Yes.
And I think that looks like a pretty clean transition.
We'll definitely do that.
Yeah. I don't know how he posted it that big. That's exhausting.
It's magical.
They did that. Your giant face can just appear at any time. Concept for the battle. It's a shadow demon which is unkillable in this realm. You have to defeat its minions. So the monster, what's happening in the fight has already been set.
It's not up to us.
And it is just kind of a straight fight against a demon monster. What we're trying to do is we're designing this for somebody who doesn't really know our terrain very well, so doesn't know how what to ask for in regards to that. So we're trying to just kind of give him a lot of cool things we can then show him and say like, well, what about this? Like, what about, you know, we're trying to give him like some interesting things to spark ideas for.
Yep.
So ideas for like traps are just like cool mechanics that can like affect what they do. It can kind of affect like what the players can do in the fight. That's one thing. But we can't really what they're fighting is already like a set thing.
You know what? We need magnetic walls to put magnetic traps on, right? And that might solve. I need at least 1, 2, 3, 4. I need at least 6
Got
walls.
your Adepticon hotel room booked today. Oh, did we already get theirs? Did we get our hotel block yet for Adepticon? It's in Milwaukee now.
Yes. I don't think we got our hotel, but the 26th it goes on sale. That's today. Right.
Okay. Should I ping Mace?
Hamster put it up on the on Slack.
Okay.
You might have to walk all the way there.
Mace tried to 6 hours ago. All the hotels are already sold.
Wow.
Wow. This one's a special exhibitor pricing. Wow. So okay, so she was already on top of it a while ago. And they
don't want us. That's what I hear.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's exciting. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
We may not sleep.
Yeah, we'll be at Adepticon. We'll sleep at our booth.
We could totally make like Dwarvenite beds or something.
We should just have bunk beds like at the booth. as a feature. Stack it 4 high.
Stagger.
Yeah.
They had a height limit. Yeah.
There's still availability, just not at the reduced rate. I mean, maybe we should just go in for the regular rate.
Mm-hmm. Because it'd
It'd be
better,
really-
than,
it'd
better
be-
than bunk beds in the booth.
It would be really nice to just be on site. Like it is
Yes.
it is invaluable. It is invaluable to just be on site if you're an exhibitor. It's so nice to just wake up and be where you need to be to go open your booth.
Yeah. Not have to wait for the car. And, yeah.
Let's see.
All right, I'm going to get another floor pack.
A few different LEDs that have different effects. I think giving him like
Yeah, a bunch of...
LED options would be good. Let's see. They went really
Give me
quick.
an overhead cam.
I mean, I can set one up now. We got some new.
That would be cool.
That's why I got those. Is
Yeah.
we got some camcorders so that when we do games and stuff, we can have better angles. So I can just I want to mount one of them to the grid to just be like a straight down cam.
You know what would be great?
What's up?
The LED floors. They look neat in
That'd be a
here.
fun pack. I think having special floors would be really nice. This is for Matt Mercer, right? Yeah. So we're designing the ending of campaign 3 right now, and telling him like we've decided we want the finale of Critical Role, campaign 3 to we asked them to wrap it up when Dungeons Reforged is going, so that we can do like a big blowout. So we're designing this boss arena, and
what you'd actually be really excited about is we're already working on campaign 4.
yeah,
And that's bonkers.
we got
Yeah,
huge things planned for campaign 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun. They're actually going to be for campaign 4. They're actually going to be moving over to the Star Wars Fantasy Flight RPG like system.
But first edition.
But first edition.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're actually going to be
But
moving to
people
that.
like that, I hear. That's like
Yeah.
the big, yeah.
It's going to be a big Hoth campaign.
All Hoth.
Yeah.
Oops, all Hoth.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's going to see it coming. It's going to be pretty
No.
cool.
Not even close.
Wait, we just signed that NDA though, right? We should probably not talk about this. They'll be upset.
Oh, we haven't signed that NDA yet.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
So we
in
can
like
talk about it until
next week we won't be able to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, but now get it well.
Yeah, right.
hot.
Yeah, get it while it's hot.
Get it while it's hot.
Get it while it's hot.
Boy, get in trouble for that.
Did you supply him with a fidget spinner? No, I don't know who made that for him. That was definitely a custom piece.
What's the fidget spinner?
I think it might be like the session that Brennan was running or something. For them, he just has they had some kind of custom made thing. We're just in the middle of like a build. It was on like it was on our stuff. But they just had this like spinning like thing with like 3 prongs up.
Blade of Death.
Yeah, some wild like moving piece. And it was it looked very cool. Let's see.
All right, so
Portal floor inserts that can take them from one side to the other. We
That
talked
would
about
be
potentially doing portals. There's no way this builds for Critical Role. There's only like 4 vaulted diagonals.
Ha! But who's counting? Who's...
It was a magnetized floating spinner. Oh, it was floating. It wasn't even like
Oh, like one
attached
of
to
those,
the floor, where like the magnets are holding it up.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's ridiculous.
Let's see.
I definitely subscribe to this.
It's a shame you can't do each room a different theme. Cold lava, gloomy traps. Yeah, I mean we're trying to stick to something that's like feasible. We're trying to keep this accessible because we want people to
Also,
when they see this, we want them to be able to come to us and go like, hey, how do I do that? And we want to be able to give them an easy answer.
Here's the recipe.
Yeah, it's all in this campaign. Here's the sets to get.
10, 11, 12.
We're trying to. We could get like really wild with it, but then it's going to make it harder to tell people. Whenever anybody walks up to like just a wild build that we have on the table, and they're like,
How
"Hey,
much?
how much for that?" It's like I don't know, like
And
$8,500 of
why do you
extremely random things.
ask? Like,
Yeah.
I guess it's just to get a sense of what the I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I have enough to fill this out?
Gotta add some of the devil imp corner fills for this fight. Oh, we can probably get a corner fills pack in there at some point.
We've got.
I think it's like
couple
I
of.
think it's kind of like a last.
We've got a couple corner fills. We got some stairs. We got a bunch of loose bits.
I think that's like a finishing touches thing.
Yeah, Just trying to get a shape of this thing. It's interestingly we've used. I haven't used those floors. We have a pretty good. Oh no, I can use this straight spoon. We have a pretty good. We're almost filled everything. I have 8 2x2 floors exposed.
The bridge extension not fitting is killing my OCD.
Yeah, I know. We'll get there. It's a,
We could probably just swap that with a
I'm
plain
gonna
wall.
have to knock out the walls
Yeah.
and thing, but yeah, it's.
It'll
I'm with you.
it'll
You're
happen.
paid.
It'll happen.
That's part of the torture of watching the thing. Maybe put.
I should roll that giveaway.
Yeah, roll it. All right, here's what we're gonna center these torches.
Alrighty then. Archimagus DJB.
Is that Doug?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's gotta be. There's his initials, DJB.
Well, don't dox him.
I don't think anybody can figure out. I mean, he's on the forums. He can figure it out. That's
all right.
Get worse.
Congrats,
Yeah.
Archimagus.
Hey,
I'm whispering you right now. Just got to get the email that your store account's on, and we will send that card to you. Yeah, it says yes. It's in.
Yeah.
All right. I've whispered you. You can just message me back with the email, and then we can get you that thing. Get that all set up.
Maybe we go in, do this and this. I don't know. I'm just filling stuff.
I like using the one times elevation blocks as jumping platforms, maybe in place of that bridge extension. Congrats. I never win. I feel like old school Six of Clubs. There's a couple people where it's just luck of the draw just never really goes their way. Maybe have the bridge pieces going up to the portcullis walls that are on the second level, so they're connected.
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of clever. The important thing is we have essentially an outline of this build.
Need 6 floors, so I'm thinking it's one more floor pack.
So it's what, 6 inches tall in the back, where the DM would be? Sitting?
Yeah.
Or would we put the DM on the front side and the players on the sides there?
No, you put the DM here. For sure, because this is like the demon wants to start over here. I'm just gonna leave these floors open for now. And so, okay, so let's look at it from the thing. So we've got. It's busy. What do we need? So I need more breathing room. Maybe we open these up. I was trying to do little rooms because I don't have enough regular walls. But these are a little tight here. I was trying to build a central thing.
Finley says, bring the back walls in 1 block. You don't need that space behind the wall from the main raised area, and you get some pieces back.
Which one?
Bring the back walls in 1 block. I'm assuming that has to be
all the way in yonder.
You don't need the space behind that wall from the main raised area, and you get some pieces back.
What's the main raised area?
I
don't know. Knock these back in.
I don't know. I guess it might mean because then the walls will be the raised area at the back. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
So make this one shorter.
And then you get some pieces back.
My thinking that's not crazy. My thinking was to do some dais shenanigans, maybe here, like go up even one dais height further or whatever, just loft this up even further, and then I need the depths to dais properly. We need a laser pointer. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, there's too much stuff here. We gotta need some breathing room.
Leave the main platform as it is, but the floor below it doesn't need to go that far back too.
Floor below it. Which?
I think the issue is we need a laser pointer that the audience can use.
Yeah.
Is
we
the
need
issue.
Cursors and see what
Yeah.
Like Vorpal board, we can see everybody's cursor.
So the middle layer. He's saying the middle layer comes in 1 block, but you leave the main platform in the back where it is. But those back rooms on the sides
Oh, you can knock them in and back.
Yeah, knock
for
them
sure.
in and knock them in one.
But we don't
and
need
then-
anything over there anyway.
Yeah, then you would save some
Um,
pieces.
Let's try it.
Trying to communicate with complicated builds on a time delay with people who aren't in the room
Over the internet.
is difficult.
Yeah, that could be like a little game show.
Yeah. It's like a really weird game of telephone. Let's see.
Yeah. Like what we're trying to do is give players a whole bunch of different like little you want to look, ideally we look at it and you're like, oh man, I could do that or this or this. There's a whole bunch of different things to interact with that should be exciting. We need to get some, I think we should do some obvious traps as well as some hidden traps.
What we should do is we should do traps that are just meant to help shepherd them into like the hidden traps they don't notice.
Yes.
So like, oh, step over here. It's like, well, that arrow, that arrow launcher that you see was a fake out
Oh,
that made you step on a. What's up?
that's how we can solve the lack of floors. It's trapped. We've got all those false floors. That'll do it.
Mm-hmm. Like Twitch plays Pokemon. Yeah.
Twitch plays Pokemon.
Man, this is classic old Twitch lore. There was somebody hooked up a stream where the chat could input Game Boy controller commands basically, and so they were just running.
Boy.
They were just running a Pokemon Red, I think it was.
But anybody would type and it would control the thing.
Everybody's
So
like spamming
at
like
the same
the button they want.
Oh my god.
And they managed to beat the game. And
Really?
Yeah, they managed to beat the game, like all just like playing in there, like thousands of people, typing the entire time.
That
And they
blows
were all
my mind.
yeah, and they were all named like, when you name the praise helix exactly. And so like the party they got and everything, and like there's so many things where like they would like accidentally release a Pokemon and stuff like that. Like, it was a really wild, like messy game, but they managed to get to the end and beat it.
How long?
And they did things like democracy mode at one point where instead it was
vote?
just like, yeah, it was basically like voting, and it was like I think every minute it would execute like the button press that got the most votes in that minute, and stuff like
one
that.
button per minute.
Mhm.
So what's the slowest? Like,
Mhm.
oh my god, what a really interesting social experiment.
Yeah, it was a really fast. That's one of the best things to come out of Twitch. It was a really cool thing when it was happening.
Ooh.
I think that was the Charizard just named like a or was it like the Pidgeotto or the Pidgeot? I can't remember. I think there was one that was like ABJ or something. Like all the names were just a mess. It was like yeah. I think that was the Charizard. They chose Charizard as a starter,
Oh, it's so good.
or Charmander as a starter, I guess I should say. It was a really wild. It's like half the reason Twitch got popular. Yeah, it was a big story. Like everybody got involved. That was like a massive cultural event when that was happening. And then they kept doing things like that after, but nothing beat that initial Pokemon stream.
Yeah, that's pretty magical.
I can't remember how long it took, but there was a period of time. Well, because they would get stuck in places, and it was like, when are we ever gonna get like when you go to a cave, especially?
I mean, it's just hours and hours and hours and hours. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't even imagine.
The days they got stuck in the sliding floor puzzle maze. Yeah.
Days.
Well, yeah, because when you're talking about like the sliding floors, like you have to execute the commands perfectly. Like any wrong move, and it's like, okay, well that just like upsets the whole thing. Like the idea of like getting to it's yeah, no. There's a lot of stuff in there that is super easy for a baby, but is incredibly difficult for a bunch of grown men spamming
on the internet.
Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, no, it's a phenomenal. It's a really cool piece of internet history.
What was it called? Twitch plays Pokemon?
Twitch plays Pokemon. I don't think it's still active. I think it was a thing that they ran for a while.
Yeah, it sounds like a gag you do, and yeah.
That initial experiment was so cool.
That concept so good.
Like I don't think there's any way that is it still going. Had over 1 million people watching at a certain point.
Wow.
Oh no, not at a certain point, but like over 1 million people, like different accounts, like used it. It like went there over the time. Their peak simultaneous.
That's wild.
Yeah, their highest their peak crowd was 121,000, which for that time was ludicrous.
That's like, yeah.
Yeah, like
The chat must have been. I can't
Twitch
even,
builds with
like,
Dwarven Forge. That'd be a really cool thing to actually work out. I mean, that's kind of what we do with you guys.
we don't
Twitch
have
sculpts Dwarven
the days to just.
The first time they beat it, Bird Jesus was Pidgeot. That wasn't actually what he was named, but they came up with names for it. The Venomoth that was just named ATV. Yeah. King Fawns was the Needle King. Lord Helix was Omastar. Air Jordan the Lapras. AA-J the Zapdos. Yeah. It was a very good.
I loved it.
Did they end up
All right.
releasing the Charizard? I think they ended up like releasing their Charizard. I think it was
Inadvertently.
yeah, because people are spamming all because there are people who are just there like to try and cause chaos, you know.
All it takes is one,
Mm-hmm.
and you know.
It's to explain everything about Twitch plays Pokemon, and yeah, they did that one where there was like they had a fish playing it, and it was just every couple seconds it would read like where the fish was in the tank and push a button based on where the fish was.
Oh.
And that fish ended up beating Pokemon eventually.
Wow.
So it's a real 1,000 monkeys on 1,000 typewriter
Yeah.
situation.
Or one fish, and it,
Yeah. Will there be any sinister golem/golem walls?
not initially. That we're starting with just core sets and daises.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see. We'll gauge from there. Ideally, we'll do everything at one day in Sinister, but not at launch. All right, we can put these. Put some
Maybe we can
spiky-
beat climate change after all. We just gotta let a fish in a tank make our policy
eventually.
decisions. The fish discovered a new glitch that was never reported before. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there was a boulder pushing glitch, I think, that the fish somehow stumbled into by existing in the tank.
So good.
Yeah.
It's a beta testing fish.
Yeah, beta testing fish. It was a beta, actually. The fish
Was it really?
The fish was
It's
a beta fish.
test. It's so
Yeah.
good.
It was a beta. Yeah. No, man, that was way. That was a way nicer Twitch story than what Twitch is known for now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
All right, so we got everything filled in now. Now we can get
Right, it wasn't a Charizard. It got released as a Charmeleon. That was their starter. It was like the best Pokemon, and they accidentally released it, and it was AAAAAABK. It's an incredible thing.
Shafts shouldn't be symmetrical. Yeah, that's probably true. Well, the theory was we were gonna have some exposed traps and then some hidden traps. But let's start. Okay, so let's look at. I gotta get this thing sorted. Oh, we'll get there. All right, so maybe I'll just take these out for right now. But I don't have anything to put in there.
Why did the Lord Helix thing happen? I think they got like the Helix fossil in their inventory, and they just kept opening their inventory and trying to use the fossil. I think, which doesn't let you do anything. And so I think then it was just like they're saying like, oh, they're worshiping Lord Helix. I think it's what it was. Flareon was also released, named False Prophet. Probably missed that earlier. Life's been about for a few years. No, I don't think anybody asked about the Golem Walls before being Sinister. And I think you weren't here when we were initially talking about Sinister.
Yeah, right now the plan is to just start with just start with the core vaulted sets. So it's 3 vaulted sets and the 4 Dais sets. And then maybe we can unlock some more as stretch goals if we do well. But we definitely have a limited pool of what we can release. Okay, so where do we start here? I feel like we need something here, but all right. So fundamentally, are there enough interesting? Or let's you know what we do? Let's review what we have left over that we haven't used, because that's the first driver, right? So this is based on. So currently, this is 1 core set, 1 mega core set, 1 advanced core set, 1 large floors pack, 2 stilts packs, 1 large curved walls pack, 1 epic stairs pack, 1 dungeon bridge pack, 1 elevation blocks pack, 1 small floors pack, 1 LED walls, vaulted LED walls pack, 1 vaulted magnetic walls pack, 1 LED floor pack. Oh, and I should have, oh, wait, that's fake. Okay, so based on that, we have left over, currently, we've got some LED elements with no floor to light them up, a couple of stilts, a couple of freestanding corners, a whole bucket of corners, 2 diagonals and a bunch of corners, a couple of which are secret doors, so that's something we could think about. 1 arch wall, 2 passage walls with the tabs, a couple of diagonal backfill, a couple of regular doors. We haven't done anything with doors, right?
Well, it's tough because like this isn't supposed to be a bunch of
Yeah.
rooms. Like it's supposed to be an arena.
I guess technically I do have a couple doors, so a couple of straight walls. The false floors we've got 7 false floor lids, and then we have some snakes and 2 snakes and some spikes, and then we have some corner fill. Let me switch these to the painted ones. We have some flame jets. We have somewhere mixed in and all among the walls. We've got 7 magnetic walls and 4 magnetic corners in there, as well as the plinths are magnetic, so we could flip those around and use those as a thing, as well as the insert walls for the large curves are magnetic. Oh yeah, we still have stairs. Oh, we have some Zelda stairs. We have some manacles. We have 1 more lever. There's 2 levers in there. There's a arrow trap. There's 2 gargoyle pillars. Weapon rack. 4 little pedestals and some stairs. Okay, so based on that, where do we start? A door that just opens.
Trap in front of a weapon rack seems like an idea.
A
That'd be
trap
fun.
what?
A trap in front of a weapon rack.
Right?
Potentially
that
hilarious.
Is
Mystery
that
door.
too mean?
Mystery doors that open to flame jets or traps. They open the door and it's just immediately like a.
The incinerator.
But like, how do you get to the bridge? You have to jump over spikes. Definitely an OSHA violation.
Dungeon OSHA.
OSHA.
Oh, we have a glyph thing. All right.
More like, oh, shut up and let me vibe. You know?
Yeah. Nailed it.
Who needs OSHA?
All right. So what do we have so far? We got there's like a double door entryway area. We got some sort of central thing. We got a bridge with flanked by traps. We got splints are not doing anything. I got to patch that hole up. We got some of these. We got these random trapdoor floors. We need something. All right, we got to do something there. We've got portcullises on 2nd stories that go nowhere. We got these doors lead into the back rooms, and there's doors on the diagonal there. See, the back rooms have nothing in them currently. Pair of those. We have a. This is a stand-in because I don't have another LED floor. I got to get one. Just freestanding up there. LEDs, obelisks, a big central area. Night rabbit. Something like that. So what do we do? If you were at a convention, you were going to get dropped into this room. What would be fun? I don't want to do.
Night rabbit.
Here.
The back rooms. How about doors to nowhere, like the Winchester house?
I guess I feel like bad traps are like trick traps are not so fun when you're. If it's a 1 hour short convention thing, it's a bummer to waste. If you only get, you're gonna get like 6 turns in this dungeon. It's a bummer to burn it doing a thing that takes you to nowhere.
It should all at least be eventful, I think.
Yeah, right. Like you don't. It's like, it's got to be. You ideally want it to be fulfilling. Like you want your turn to be fulfilling, right? You want to feel like you kind of figured a thing out, or outsmarted a thing, or whatever.
It's not part of Reforged, but using the Hellgate as the entrance would be cool. Oh, I think we'll end up using that for the other thing. For the other one, yeah.
This is the only Reforged one. The other one's a free for all. Go absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
We have this glyph stone to We have we've got flame jets. We have magnetic walls we can put flame on. We could also put these, like, these could be absolute death traps too, right? We could put those, like, could spray fire into the room really easily. I've of course built everything symmetrical, which is good and bad. Oh, I'm gonna start. I gotta figure out these. The elevation isn't ringing true yet. I gotta figure out what we're. These are in a funny place too. Where do we get the most bang for a buck out of traps? Like, what do we?
Let's see. Small halfling door that leads to a door with a 6-foot high doorknob.
A 6-foot high doorknob.
You could be spraying fire over the stairs.
We have easels. We've got those manacles. We could put somebody in the corner. That was a good suggestion earlier. It seems like maybe we're not leveraging the. We're definitely not leveraging the false floor lids. And what we could do is we could cover up the traps to start, and that could be an early reveal. Ooh, maybe we put. So right now I have levers in these sealed upper rooms, but maybe these become manacles. We put. This is a place you could stash NPCs that you could free, and then we put the levers, like, super obvious down on the first floor, right? So it's begging you to pull the lever. Who knows what it does? Maybe we put one in the middle. I don't know what it does.
The blade swinging trap over the bridge part somehow. That'd be cool if we could do that. I don't know how you would. You need something magnetic up there.
Also, we don't have the blade trap currently.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say we can't add, but
put stairs over on the sides, maybe.
Yeah, these want stairs. Gotta work on that. I think we'll put the false floor lids over these. These can become a thing that then gets revealed or activated or whatever. Put those down. Also, if they're symmetrical, then you might be able to figure out, like, if you accidentally trigger one, then you can maybe kite the bad guys into it, or the levers open them all or close them all. Trapdoors. Oh, let's put the trapdoors in front of the fire. So then you want to go to the fire. This goes here. These corner fills are really satisfying. Very excited about this. We got some levers. Oh, I need to figure out the stairs. I need. Maybe I add this small stairs pack to have enough to do both. Symmetry was a terrible idea. Now I'm tied to it.
Is it a cavern's floor? No.
Yeah.
Oh,
it is.
wait. Did you get one in there?
I ran
Oh.
out of regular false floor lid, so I put a caverns. We're sketching, and I don't have the little hole covers that go over these. The little we only had 2 of them, and they're in another pack. So sketching.
Remove half of the small rooms on the middle tier to break up the symmetry, or one or two of the small rooms to break up the symmetry. Unless we want it to be symmetrical.
No, it just sort of ended up that way. We could definitely. I was trying to.
The symmetry is pleasing to look at.
Yeah.
You know. Symmetry looks good though. Yeah, exactly. Like symmetry is just a very pleasing thing.
Some reason your brain, I don't know. I guess maybe because humans are generally symmetrical.
We're not. The thing with the uncanny valley is like when they actually like animate characters that look symmetrical.
Perfectly symmetrical.
There's something weird and
we
off
reject
about it.
it.
Yeah. That's why all the DreamWorks movies have like their main characters just like on all the all like the cover art and everything. They never just have them like looking at you. They're always like
right, so that they're
doing a weird like
yeah, interesting.
cocking an eyebrow. The more bilateral symmetry, the more beautiful the person, supposedly.
Huh.
But nobody is like perfectly symmetrical though.
No.
That would be a fake person.
And you would reject it and freak out and
Yeah.
murder it immediately.
Yeah. They don't have the small blocks next to the portcullis. Have them as something the players have to push into place.
Oh, that's a fun idea.
Yeah, I'm a distressingly asymmetrical.
You've spent your whole life trying to be asymmetrical.
Yeah.
It's hard work. Does that cover? So I need an elevation block and a floor. What do I have here? Where did I get that floor? Oh, I stole it from here. All right. I'm just stealing pieces to figure out if this thing is going to work. And then I'd have to put elevation blocks. So I could do a thing like this. Bump, bump. And we fill that in. We can do it. We have enough pieces to do it on the other side? No.
The important thing is we the whole thing's written by one cavern tile.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the problem.
That's the main
Here,
issue.
I can solve that for you. You ready? Second cavern tile.
It's not.
Now it's symmetrical.
Okay, but we can't put cavern tiles in this build.
No, but we can while we're figuring out what we're doing because I don't have dungeon ones.
That's fair.
It's totally fixed.
Nice.
We'll leave that off for now so we know, we remember that they're there. All right, then we've got, let's see, I need more stairs if we're gonna do that. We need more floors if we're gonna do that, and we need more elevation block. I don't know. Or do we go, no, I think I'm gonna stay with symmetry because it's almost harder to then go asymmetrical because we need more, I don't know. Is it worth doing any? Does it buy us anything to clip the corners more? Do this with a corner fill.
I think it makes the build smaller. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. It's a little less room to run around in. Use the spare doors not being used, just the doors that the players can stack up to climb to higher levels. Just climbing a stack of doors.
The old door stack ladder.
Now it's too perfect. It doesn't look like a real Dwarven Forge build without a few stubbed in pieces from other sets. Yeah, but we gotta tell them not to. We want to be able to tell them like what the recipe is for making this. We tell them they got to go buy like a Cavern's Core set so they can grab one piece. I don't know if that's what we're going for here.
Maybe that's our secret agenda. All right, go back to this. Let's put. So this floor might want to drift in, but I don't know. We'll get there. Change that to a diagonal. Does that buy us anything? Like. Yeah, it's more bottlenecky. It's better. All right, so we gotta figure out the stairs over there. We gotta figure out the wall over there. these flame jets over trapdoors. So you try and open trapdoor, you pop those and those blast you. We got some LED bits that'll look nice. Put some LEDs there. I feel like I want to raise that back thing up. Got passive walls. Got one more.
Is it available in the single piece restock? No. I don't know actually. Maybe.
Which piece?
I don't know. I'm assuming the cavern, the false floor lid. Change one of the front corners to a 90-degree corner and then use the 45s to make a room on the middle floor go off at an angle.
Wait, say it again?
Change one of the front corners to a 90-degree corner and use that diagonal to make one of the rooms on the mid floor go off at an angle.
Like here? We're off at an angle where?
I don't know. I have no idea.
This is where we need the laser pointer.
This is where we need. This is where we need to just bring everybody into
a virtual.
We need to bring all 70 people watching right now or whatever into the office.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
What could go wrong? You know, funny enough, I inadvertently put
one of the secret corner walls on the second level to get from the small rooms to the central area.
Yeah. There's literally one there. Inadvertently.
With the shop signs, we're in the single item restock. I don't know why they're not. I guess we just didn't have any extra ones.
Yeah, it's an absolute random, like it's just sort of an assortment of what was there, and as we if this works out as we go forward, we'll every time we do a casting run, if we've got extras, we'll pop them in there. Something.
I think we were talking about potentially like taking a couple leftover sets we've got that we need to like get rid of that people aren't buying and just kind of break them down into individual pieces.
Yeah. Melt
potentially.
Them down.
Yeah.
And it could be the threat, right? If you don't buy these sets, we're gonna melt them down into the single piece world. Like
you need to put letters along the side of the screen and numbers along the top as part of an overlay.
Yeah.
We can give coordinates.
Like battleship coordinates. Like
yeah. Are there any plans to develop more miniatures? Yeah, if it makes sense for the project. We always like doing miniatures when it makes sense. We just did them for Lowtown.
It's one of those sad things that like they don't sell as well as the regular terrain, which is a bummer because we really like, we enjoy doing them. The storytelling of miniatures is fun, right? Those Lowtown, those non-human townsfolk, those are fun. They each have a little story to tell.
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw an orc coiling sausages on the dock? Like,
when's the last time you needed that?
Yeah.
I guess is the rejoinder to that.
Well, if you make it, we'll buy it. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Didn't somebody once say that? Yeah.
That's true.
Only once.
The sausage orc. Yeah.
Yeah. The link. Old sausage rope. Or
yeah.
Queen.
Sausage queen. Yeah. I'm all for it. I think they're nice. I don't know that like I said, like they generally don't sell super well. I do think historically, they haven't been given the spotlight enough to really sell a ton.
Well, people are showing up for terrain.
They're showing up for terrain, and usually we're packing it with like, okay, well, it's going to take you like $3,000 to get the terrain you want here. Yeah. And so the miniatures always get cut because it's like, well, that's not helping me get the terrain I need for this. So in smaller projects, it might be easier to like go in on some interesting miniatures or something.
Although, you know what? I think we've done at least, I believe we've done at least 3 print runs of the Townsfolk, the original Townsfolk minis. So
I think
some of them do move.
And we have good prices on pre-painted minis for like stuff like that. And I think the other thing too is we are advertising these campaigns as terrain campaigns. So people who would be interested in miniatures generally aren't stopping by. Yeah. Like they're coming in and they're seeing the price of the terrain, and if they're like not down for the price of the terrain, they're not also looking through to see that we've got miniatures.
There's also happened to be one set of miniatures among all the other. Yeah.
Like if we genuinely were marketing the miniatures more and making like a miniatures only pledge level or something in campaigns, like that would be one thing. But we're really. I think there's probably a lot of people who would be into those miniatures, but we're not. That's not what we're highlighting.
They're not finding it.
Yeah.
They're not. Yeah. These are all facts.
There will be townsfolk in the store. Yes. You'll be able to get the townsfolk in the store. And I doubt that they're gonna like fly off. I doubt that our entire inventory of them is gonna like disappear like in the first day.
Well, here's a question. What sort of minis would people like to see?
Yeah. The new ones? Yes, the new townsfolk is what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
the non-human
Non-human townsfolk
Lowtown.
from Lowtown.
Yeah, what sort of minis would you like to see?
Seated. That's fair.
That's a long running request.
Can you slide one of the middle floor rooms off at an angle like the side rooms in the old Eldritch Pools encounter?
Go full diagonal.
I love the town guards. I like that they're a cohesive unit without being completely clones. That's one thing that
Yeah.
we're very good at. The kobolds, the lizard folk, stuff like that, where it is like you can get like this entire unit, and instead of it being the same mini 8 times, you've got
family.
what looks like a unit. That's really nice, and like equipped differently and everything, and that's really sick. And then the monster minis we did for Wildlands, some people are like talking about too. Those are cool. I think those are miniatures that you can't like having like the LEDs in them. We decided to make like kind of some interesting designs as well. When it came to those monsters, we didn't just do like a dragon or something that a lot of people do. We chose big basilisk. Like
With LED eyes.
who does that? Yeah.
Good enough for Matt Mercer.
Yeah. We got some we did some really fun stuff. Let's see.
Could put doors.
Ozerlin the She-Devil. There's a number of miniatures from
Yeah.
the older campaigns that
Oh, she did not make it into this dungeon campaign.
no, none of the miniatures have, unless you count the golems and Gorgon and stuff as miniatures. But
Yeah.
the don't do this.
No room. I didn't have regular color once I grabbed.
Oh,
these,
that's
but,
why.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we have to settle for the marble.
Yeah, it wasn't like some weird flex. It was just like there's no room for them anyway.
$1 devils were a must buy in the individual piece of sale. $1 devils.
The little devil newts.
Oh, the little guys. Okay. Dwarves in a cohesive style would be cool. Yeah, that'd be fun. My dog ate my miniature grab bag with a roach. Pretty sad. Oh God.
Woof. Yeah, roach. That roach has freaked a lot of people out because it looks like a real roach.
I like the minis that are related to the builds. For example, the golems with the walls. Yeah. I think when we do minis that are kind of half terrain, half miniature, those are interesting. Apex Primordial, stuff like that. Like, where else are you gonna? Where like else are you gonna see stuff like that?
Actually sculpted, like it's the same stuff as it. Yeah.
A lot of those older miniatures though, like the She-Devil and stuff like that, it is like a long-term goal to kind of get those miniatures back in a sensible way. It just doesn't make sense for them to be tied to terrain packs. And a lot of those Dungeon of Doom and Caverns Deep miniatures,
They were all tied.
They were all tied to. I think the cities as well had miniatures that were just tied to.
The cities were just a
packs.
random grab bag. Like
So we need to break those guys out, but they also feel lower priority than some of the chase pieces we're trying to get out and stuff like that. So we want to get those miniatures available again, but stuff like this is kind of just taking more priority because terrain is our bread and butter, right? But yeah, we like making miniatures, and we want to make the miniatures that we've done. We would like to have them available and accessible. They do just have to kind of come after getting some of these like really necessary terrain pieces back.
It's a good question.
Action poses, half submerged lizard men, clinging rat men, etc. are where DF minis shine. Yeah.
That hanging rat.
The hanging rat's really cool.
Yeah, that guy's
We should probably restock the rat men.
Yeah. Well,
for when we've got Lowtown, like they're a very good miniature group to put in Lowtown. They're not in stock, right?
I don't know. Ask the. We have many helpful people.
Unpainted, they're in stock. I don't think they've been in stock for a while. This is let's see.
Oh, I need the small.
It's 12 painted miniatures for $50. Yeah, and they got like these cool sculpts, and you got the hanger, the climber.
Dude is awesome.
Like, best minis are the ones that interact with your terrain. Well, it just makes them cinematic, and again, it's like the thing where it's us doing something. It's us doing something that the other miniature companies aren't doing. You know.
Okay, I forgot we had this. Let's plug this in and then call it. The ants are never coming back. Because they're stupid. I hate giant ants. I hate giant rats. I don't want to have fantasy where you're just like fighting oversized vermin. It's terrible. We're gonna put the necro pack in here and then call it in because I forgot what this will make it really fun.
We getting the ants?
Nope, ants are dead to us.
Sorry. Yeah, the ants are probably gonna play. What am I gonna farm for experience? Idea: magnetic ghosts / spirits that work with your magnet walls.
Oh,
That'd be interesting. Like, kinda
that's
come
a
through the walls.
cool. Oh, like a thing, like half emerging, like thing coming out of the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, that's cool. And it's magnetic, so you put in a thing. That's really neat. All right, so now, except for some missing floors. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do to really get people excited? I'm gonna put these caverns floors right here.
One of the hardest parts in building is finding things to fill space. Yeah. Hopefully that's gonna be easier with this reconfiguration.
I kind of have the problem of there's too much stuff in here. Like, this is cluttered.
Is it? Yeah. Is this too much for a 1 hour kind of boss fight?
Well, better to have more than less, but there's a lot happening in here.
Well, it's gonna be easier to simplify it. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's not a stream unless we have some offspring.
I mean, we've had a lot of streams with that offspring.
It's like
Most
140 of streams without offspring.
A shockingly small amount of our streams have had offspring references.
Well, we better rectify that.
Yeah.
Stat. We can almost just like
traps are going to own the PCs. I do think it's funny if a bunch of them just die from traps instead. I think it is fun, and if this, and we're gonna have to run this by. We're gonna have to run this by the people we're doing this for and see how they feel about it. It might be that like some of the best way to like survive this thing is to be able to turn the traps against the monster.
Best way to win is to run.
That's fair. Possible. It often is.
Yeah. Kite the monster into the traps.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Maybe we do it all. Maybe we just go full.
Ugh.
Go full ossuary. We have the ossuary nooks back, which is really exciting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like the Necromancer pack is just. I think it's going to be one of the best-selling dressing packs.
Yes.
It just opens up so many pieces that haven't been available for a long time.
It just looks cool.
And it's a very cool looking pack, and I think the price isn't bad on it either. Like it's. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So
we got bones. We could like.
The bone zone.
Maybe we put them on the traps. No. Bones at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh, maybe it's actually.
They become difficult terrain.
It's got a bunch of pieces in it.
What is a bunch of pieces?
The Necromancer features pack. Right? Or am I looking at
the Necromancer's throne room? Is the
That's what we're looking at. Okay.
Yeah, it's got 8 ossuaries, 2 of each of the bone piles, so 4 bones, 8 ossuaries, 2 of the skeleton hangers, 2 of these skeletons, 2 of the devil's plinths, 2 rune claws. Oh yeah, we'll put these right in here.
I was looking at one of the bundles.
There's
a
bundle with them.
Mm-hmm. I was looking at that bundle and I was like, oh, that's more than I thought. It's because it's a bundle and it's not the component set.
3 or 4 packs.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you flickering?
Yeah, this is a sub $100 pack. That's great. Let's see. Maybe some freestanding runes walls for extra scatter or cover. Necromancer Castle set's been on my wishlist since it came out. So this isn't exactly the Necromancer Castle set, but it takes a lot of those pieces from that set and combines it with kind of all of our bone-themed pieces from multiple campaigns that have just not been available and makes like a Necromancer Catacomb dressing pack, basically. Are those like, where are those bone piles from? Are they
Cavern Steep?
Yeah. It's got stuff from Cavern Steep, stuff from Castles, stuff from Wildlands, stuff from Dungeon of Doom, obviously.
Hellscape, the plinths.
And Castles, yeah. And Hellscape. It's got like 5 different campaigns in it. We just pulled stuff from everywhere.
Greatest hits.
Figure's average speed is 30 feet times estimate 6 turns. I'm curious how many rounds they're expecting the combat to go, because maybe
6 is it aggressive in an hour or like
it really depends. Like,
Yeah.
it depends on how he wants to run it.
yeah he could power through it or something. Something like that. Bones, bones, bones. All right, that necro pack definitely gives us some. Now we got some. Oh, it's got the altar too. It's got the Sicilian altar. We got a whole bunch of.
There's a lot of cool pieces in here.
Yeah. Cloth. Yeah, that's feeling bad. Maybe I'll put the rune. No, I'll put the throne. We'll put the throne there. Put the thing. All right, we got it. You know what? For a first pass, we got a thing. The yellow foam really pulls it together. There, the caverns piece there. Yeah, I got some holes in the back. We got some work to do, but it's fast. Certainly looks like it would be a fun hour. Like I'd want to go run around in that.
I think there's definitely enough stuff for an hour in there.
Yeah.
The question might be, we might need to scale it back a little bit. We'll see how they feel. Yeah.
Well, you don't have to interact with everything.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Better to have too many things and sort of be excited to try everything than too little and feel like there's something to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I gotta remember, I gotta put this on. I'll fix you later. Boom.
Far left portcullis on second level is not. Oh yeah, it's literally what he's looking at.
The what?
Nothing.
Oh yeah,
don't worry about it.
Yeah, you got it. Like there's a bunch of patching that needs to happen. All right, last final little thing. We're just gonna try this for fun. See what happens. Taking a bunch of the little 1x1 pedestal pieces from the original dungeon.
Having symmetry in the traps might not be a bad idea, given the short playtime. Few enough turns that they can feel clever.
Figure out.
Yeah, we don't want it to be something intensely complicated. Something that they can grasp quickly is probably best for the way this game's being run.
The other fun, and maybe it's too overt, but also could be great. But we could just do something like when the lids are on there, we could put bone piles on the traps or something too. Like so, it's like you could telegraph them if you wanted to. Oh, neat. Oh yeah, look at that. So I just put those 4 little 1-inch pedestals under the grand arch back there, and then the 2 in front. So now it's extra raised up, so you really have a good. And maybe we do we tuck these guys in here? Like, yay, does that make it extra evil? Yeah, and you put your bad guy right there. Starting area. These guys. I don't know where we put hands. All right, we got lots of good options. All right, let's get the heck out of here. It's already 9.
Yes.
It's some fun progress. So this was a fun bundle of everything. Like we used a lot of pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to put the.
It's using like the level 3 bundle pledge as a base.
You ready for it?
Yeah.
So it's the triple bundle, which is the vaulted core mega, advanced vaulted core, large floors pack, 2 stilts packs, large curved walls pack, epic stairs, dungeon bridge, elevation block pack, small floors pack, LED walls pack, magnetic walls pack, LED floors pack, dungeon stairs pack, necromancer's throne room pack, and 2 12x12 terrain trays and 1 6x12 terrain tray.
So how much would that cost?
I don't know.
Oh.
Ask Tyler.
We'll add it up eventually.
Tyler's all over it.
It's a pretty cool. I mean, that's a pretty cool. You could do a lot with that.
Oh yeah, you could do a ton with this toolbox.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
so what's tomorrow night?
Maybe hobby hang. I don't know. Hamster's been deep in the paint mines, making sure that all the Starforge paint masters get done and that we get as much sinister stuff as possible.
That's
ready.
where dwarven paint comes from. Minds, right?
Yeah.
It's mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, mind over matter.
Oh,
So, it depends on if he's got the time to do the hobby hang or not. He hasn't for the last couple of weeks just because there's a lot for him to get done right now. But yeah,
And then next week, who knows what we're doing?
I have no idea.
That's
I can't think that far ahead right now.
like a week away.
Yeah, I can't think beyond tonight currently.
Yeah. $1 billion.
All right.
Cool.
Good night,
Well,
everybody.
let's get out of here. Thanks
get outta
everybody for hanging out. We'll see you next week. Bye.
All right. Good night, everybody.
I'll go wide.